Alright guys, I'm getting ready to do a quick unboxing of a couple of Ardent reels. I ordered these on Black Friday. They were having a big sale. So I ordered these on Black Friday. It is one spinning reel, one bait casting reel. I will be doing a review of the two bait casting reels I already have with them on a later date. I want to make sure I use them. I have been using them a lot lately, a lot more than normal. I'm phasing out my Cast King reels and I'm going to try to go all Ardent. I'm just having to buy them a couple at a time just because nothing is cheap in fishing. So there's no way I can afford to go out and buy 10 reels all at one time. So I'm going a couple at a time. This will make 4 Ardent reels I have, 3 bait casting and 1 spinning. I don't use spinning reels enough to justify more than 1 spinning, but I may get 1 more just to have in case something happens to this one. But I do plan on trying to get all of their bait casting reels. That way I can do an honest review of all of them. So let's see what I have today. Like I said, there are two reels in here, 1 spinning and 1 bait casting reel. Alright, let's start with the spinning reel. The spinning reel is the Finesse series spinning reel. It is the 3000 size. Okay, so it's not the tiny one, but it's not the biggest one either. Okay, it is a 6:1 gear ratio. Pull it out of this box. It comes in a nice bag. Not that I would use it very much, other than, you know, if I took it off to travel or whatever. I'm gonna tighten down this handle. I can already tell it does feel like a very solid reel. It feels very solid. Sounds pretty solid, feels solid. It doesn't feel like, there are some spinning reels I use where I'll click the bell over and it feels like it wants to flop back before I ever get it casted. This one feels like it has a very good mechanism there to stop it. I like the fact that you can tell it has this little rubber coating on the inside. That way your line doesn't slip. Now, I will probably put a little bit of backing just because I never use excuse me, a reel all the way down to the bottom, so I'll probably put some cheap stuff just to go against the reel itself. That way I'm not putting my good line all the way up into the end where I don't use it, because a lot of lines, monofilament, fluorocarbon lines, have memory, and with spinning reels, because I don't use those quite as often as I do bait casting reels, they have memory, and I usually change my line out on spinning reels at least once a year. That way there's not a lot of memory, because I don't want to get to where, you know, maybe I have to break something off or I have to trim some and I'm not pulling off line that hasn't been used and it has a bunch of memory and it has loops in it. So that's why I do that. But I do change my line out every at least once a year. So I like the fact that the drag clicks. That way you can hear when you're tightening your drag, and it also clicks whenever drag is being pulled out. So I like that. Like I said, it's 6:1 gear ratio. I like the red highlights in it. Just the red accents makes it look, it feels very smooth, and it's not very heavy either. This is the 3000 series Finesse spinning reel. Okay, alright, so that is the Finesse spinning reel. I'm going to move on to I got the Apex Ranger bait casting model. This is the 6:5:1 gear ratio. It is right-handed because that's how I like my reels. Seems very smooth right out of the box. The drag also clicks on this. I like that. I like the feature that drags clicks, because there are times when you may be reeling in a fish and you have to really just put on some drag real quick, because you may not have forgotten to turn it on earlier, and at least you know you can hear it clicking even in the heat of the moment. The accents on this are more of a copper color. Spool, accents around the metal braking, and there's some accents right here on the handle. It's more of a copper color. I like that. I like it when they use different colors on the different reels. That way I can just look at it and say, okay, that's the one I wanted. It seems like a very solid rod. It's not too heavy. So my initial thoughts on this seems like it's a very decent reel. I really like the other reels that I have of theirs, so I'm hoping that this one will also be in the same category. Haven't had any trouble out of the other ones, so I'm hoping to not have any trouble out of this one either. This one has a 3-year warranty. The other one, they both have 3-year warranties. So I'm excited to get out and use these. Hopefully I'll be able to put them to the test on Saturday. So this is the Apex Ranger, 6:5 to 1 gear ratio, and the 3000 series spinning reel. So you guys go check out Ardent. I haven't had any trouble with their website or with them. I can contact them at any time and they will get back to me in a decent amount of time. So I really like that about them. So if you guys have any questions for them, they are looking to add more pro staff. So you guys go and check them out, send them an email. You never know. Even if you're a smaller channel, you just never know. They may give you a chance. Okay? So hope you guys have a great night. Hope you like my initial unboxing. I will do a review in the future. It'll be in a couple months because I like to use stuff a long time before and really use it before I do a review. That way I can give it an honest go. I am doing a review of the 2 bait casting reels I already have from Ardent. I'll be doing those within probably a week or 2 when it gets a little cooler, when I can't fish as much. So, hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching.